of the book, because this may be
sure.
the only image that we can actually show you. Because, and you, I'm not putting any judgments with this word, because you're totally cool with it, porn.
Oh, it's totally porn.
Yes. So tell me how you got started doing all of this.
Well, I've always wanted to do it. You know, I kind of drew this kind of stuff in college. I went to school for comics. I went to the School of Visual Arts. And I was drawing it for a while, but I didn't think that I could ever really make a living off of it or do anything with it. And then my teacher, Tom Hart, he was really good at just like, you know, pointing people in the right direction. And he was like, you draw great boobs. You should just, you know, you should try and do this for a living, you know, because he told me of a couple of publishers. He knew that, like, Fantagraphics has a erotica imprint called Eros, and he recommended that I submit some things to them. And so I did that. And after college, I started doing some short stories for them, for their little anthology books. And, you know, I just kept doing it. And then eventually I decided I wanted to tell, you know, longer form stories. And I kind of just came up with Chester, and I rolled with it.
What I think is funny is that you didn't think you'd make money in porn.
Yeah, I know. Well, not doing, you know, porn comics.
Well, but still, I mean, what is the first doodle everyone does?
Right, yeah.
Really? So, all right, so for people who are not familiar, and I can't imagine there's really anyone out there who isn't, but for people who are not familiar, talk about Chester a little bit. So Chester 5000 is a Victorian robot erotic tale set in like the 1850s. It's kind of about, you know, I wanted to kind of play with the idea of this closeted society, which Victorian time really was. I mean, people had sex, but there was no sex education, you know. Yeah, that's basically what they did too. They imagined it all. So. You know, so I just kind of wanted to play with this really closeted society, and then put a woman into it that knew exactly what she wanted, you know, and she's kind of going against the grain of that society, and she knows exactly what she wants, and her husband doesn't really know how to give it to her. But he's an engineer, and so he solves this problem like any engineer would by making a robot for her. And at first she's a little apprehensive, but then she starts to really like the robot a lot.